Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of chips?
My favorite kind of chips is anything that's hot. No, I take that back. I don't know if I like all kind of hot stuff because wasabi, that was a disappointment. Like, say their mouths are on fire when they eat wasabi because it's like horseradish. And bring it on! And then we like dump a whole pile of it and everybody's like, golly, your breath smells. We went to the movies like the other week. And my dog, she's a service dog, so she's allowed to go anywhere we go. But then she's like, oh look, someone's arm, and licks them. And then Dodie would do it again, but I was like, don't do that. I'm not very
Nice.
patriotic. I know some songs though, right, Mom?
No, you
Yankee
don't.
Doodle went to town, riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. God bless America. The music when we were dancing. I know the Macarena. I was like, hey, Macarena. Ah. It was fun. I'm not quite sure why people think that's an embarrassing dance. It's like, hey, Macarena. Ah. And then we would learn the Christmas songs. And then I had no idea what the words were to those either. I'm pretty sure I don't know words to every song, so I just sing what my heart tells me to.
What was your favorite age?
Favorite age? Who has a favorite age? 50, because it's 50. When the other wrist healed and my collarbone was finally healed, and I was the only person with the scooter. Everybody else had bikes, and they were like, come on, Hannah, don't be a baby. Total peer pressuring me to go off this ramp like they were doing, but they had bikes and I had a scooter, and I did it, and I flipped and landed in the middle of the road, and everybody was like, oh, that was so cool, can you do it again? And I'm like, I think my wrist is broken. Yeah. But it was what Manny said, and that's like the only thing I remember him saying to me when I was a kid. He was like, that was so cool, can you do it again? No. If you could see the trees, they're pathetic. Because they're like, they don't know what to do. They're like bushes. Yeah, they're like slightly bigger than bushes.
They all touch.
And they're like halfway dead, and the other part's sort of green. And except for these are pretty trees. They're pecan trees, apparently. I can't tell the difference between trees, except for the oak trees because they're pretty, and the pointy, straighty ones, and the palm ones. Oh, and the ones with the flowers. They smell good that the bees like. In our family, nobody can whisper. We try to whisper, but people can still hear us from across the street. I was gonna say store, and then I was like, store, street.
Yeah, like stripes.
Well, it's just, I was whispering to my mom that his face looked funny, and Elisha goes, why were you whispering that my face looked funny? No, he said, it was about that time that Hannah whispered that look at my face or something. Yeah. It's just he made this face when he tried something. He went.
It was cotton candy frosty thingy.
Like a slushie, not a frosty.
Yeah.
Frosty's made with ice cream. Slushie's made with ice. Like, there's supposed to be fields of farmy stuff, but they're just dirt. We only have goats. And like they just tie up goats around the town and the goats eat everything. I feel so bad for them because I swear most of the time the goats are eating rocks and dirt. I feel kind of bad. I kind of just want to go around and give them ice water because they look so sad. There's cats everywhere. No, they mostly hang out at Walmart. That sounds weird, but they do. And that's where most of the skunks are too. Because there's these people that feed them at Walmart, like in the water runway thingies, the drainy thingies, and so they're always there, which is sad because it only rains like twice a year. When it does, it rains like 20 inches because the ground doesn't soak it up, and so it just runs all over town till the water evaporates and rains somewhere else. Ed is amazing. He can sing the phone book, and it would be amazing. Not that we really have phone books anymore. He can sing the encyclopedias. We have online encyclopedias. The ones where you search and you don't gotta remember how your ABCs go. I used to mix around the books on purpose. I used to like take out a section of books and put it somewhere else. I used to put the scary books in with the little kid books. And some of the kids go, "What's this?" And the librarian's like, "Hannah!" They all knew it was me too, and it's their fault for putting me to work there. And I used to switch the movies because they used to have VCR movies, and I would take it out of one VCR case and put it in another one and put that one in there because the librarians would never check if it was the right VHS tape, and so they put it in, and instead of it being some boring thing about cows or whatever, it was like the Magic School Bus or something. I was the better person there. Magic School Bus is way better than Nye The Scence Guy.
No, it's not.
He thought he was so cool.
He is.
He is a weirdo. No, I just never liked science. I like the Magic School Bus science though, because I wanted to do that. Actually, I kind of wanted to go into someone's body like they did on that one thing, Chucky or whatever in Redhead, and they went inside him. I just kind of like, I've always wanted to do that so I can like jump on somebody's brain. Yeah, I have great wishes. We went to this one museum one time, and I think it was like a science museum or something, and you can like crawl through the person's body. It was really cool. It's like this would be the brain, and the brain was like a bounce house, and it was cool. Either that or it was a dream, but whatever it was cool. Sometimes I have vivid dreams, so I feel like I actually did it, but I didn't. Like one time I felt like I went to the moon and I accidentally fell off the moon and I went on Mars and I became friends with a Martian and he came back with me to Earth and we got a dog. I have weird dreams, but I like them.
4 seasons.
Yeah, they have 4 seasons. Down in Del Rio we have summer and slightly colder summer. But summer it's like 110, and during the winter it's only 100. But when you start driving up to San Antonio, you see all this like taxidermy stuff, or like we process your deer meat here. I've always wanted to stop at a taxidermy place to ask them weird questions. What kind of questions? Oh, So do you know the animals before you do it, or? I'm not quite sure what I would ask them.
You know how to talk.
So do you like touching dead animals? Was this always your dream, to touch dead animals? To fluff them up? Only science museums I like are the children's science museums. Because the children's science ones, they do really cool stuff there. And they mostly always have bubbles. Bubbles are cool, Mom. Pretty entertaining. And then one of the guys pretended to let one of the snakes go and all these kids are screaming. It was funny. But it was like one of those non-poisonous ones. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what kind of snake. Oh well. And then there was this one that I always think about, and it's like when you see Shamu or whatever, and I was like, oh, I remember this one, I shouldn't be alive, with these divers, and they met these, I don't remember what type of whale it was, but they wanted to play, and so they brought the people down and were playing with them, but right before they ran all the way out of air, the whales pushed them up and they broke through the surface, and they were like breathing again, and the whales wanted to play again, and so they brought them back down, and yeah. And I always remember that because I've always wanted to play in the water with whales. No, I still want to do it, but maybe like in a safer environment. Nah, I still want to swim with whales. Like even when they're like, the shamus would bring them down and then pop them back up, and now they can't be in the water with the shamus.
No, they can't, I think.
No, they can't, because like somebody sued them or something, I don't know. And it's not safe and stuff. Oh yeah, someone died. I've always wanted to swim with dolphins too. When I was little, I used to pretend to have imaginary friends, because I thought it'd be cooler if I had cooler imaginary friends than everybody else. And I had dolphin imaginary friends, and I was a mermaid. Nobody can tell me anything. I was a mermaid. Sometimes my mom would get really mad at me when I was little because I forgot I had socks on, and I would go into the bathtub with my socks on. Do you remember that, Mom? And she's like, how do you forget you have socks on? You don't question why you don't remember. You just do. I was in the special ed classroom with you because you were teaching the special ed. And Bethany was like, I learned the coolest thing today. And I was like, what? And she goes, sometimes you can put, she said a comma, but it was like an apostrophe. And then you don't have to finish spelling the words. And so I was in first grade, right? So I go, oh, I can do that to anything. And so I just kept putting them in my sentences so I didn't have to finish the words. And the teachers were like, what are you doing? And I was like, my sister learned this, so she taught me. Yeah, it didn't work out that well.
We are now.
Shoot, what was this topic even about?
That's why it's called off topic.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.